Well, looking at the government budget allocation to the education sector, does it adequately address the needs and demands of creating a conducive learning environment nationwide?
Of course, Zimbabwe has consistently failed to meet, especially under this dispensation. We wouldn't want to lie that it is the tradition. Under this current dispensation, they have struggled. If you are looking at the budget for the primary and secondary education, they've struggled even to go beyond 15%. But they have committed themselves to at least allocate 20% towards education in the Dakar Declaration. They have not done that. We have seen them committing in the Incheon Declaration that 6% of the nation's GDP should go towards education. They've struggled to exceed 3%. But what we've seen them trying to do now, because we have, for a very long time, we have been analyzing budgetary allocation towards education. At no point did we add the budget for lower education and that of tertiary, and then we said now we have exceeded 20%. We at some point in 2016, I think, we shot beyond 20% towards education for primary and secondary education alone. But now, with this current government, which works more with the public relations than with reality, they then add the figures for tertiary and primary and secondary. They said, okay, now we have reached the 20%, we have matched the Dakar Declaration. So we don't know what they're trying to lie to. Of course, the Dakar Declaration doesn't say which level of education, but we have been matching Dakar Declaration with investment to primary and secondary education alone without the budget for tertiary. So they just want to create illusions so that there's some confusion. So at the end of the day, we are saying the allocation is paltry, even if you are going to be looking at the request from the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education. That's the biggest ministry by numbers. In almost every household, there's a child consuming education from a public school. So you would expect, obviously, lion's share should go towards that. So if you look at their 6 programming areas where they need funding, and you try to look at what they're getting, they have an obligation, for example, from the Education Act, to provide sanitary pads to our girls in school. It's an obligation from the Education Act. But so traditionally at some point in 2022, Mutuli Ngube then allocated $12, I think, for per child per year, which was better because at least with $1 per month, there's a starting point for every child. Of course, with the corruption that then came in, the money disappeared, the tender system, which we had so much, where people gave each other tenders, instead of bringing our children sanitary pads, they ended up bringing pendy liners and that kind of stuff, which was so bad.